Hello friends, welcome back to my studio. I am about to put this collection into a storage system that I use for my scrapbook collections. And I thought, well, I think I'll just do a video and I'll show you how I store mine. And to begin with, I store everything in these large plastic envelopes. I hope we're not getting too much reflection, but they're the ones that have this tie on them. They last a long time. They have a nice big gusset in the bottom. The first thing I do is I put my paper in here, and that becomes the back of my kit. I get these plastic envelopes from Amazon. I tried a couple of different things and I like these. I don't know if they're in stock anymore. The last time I tried to order them, they were not. But anything similar to this where you have a nice gusset and you have a way to close it. These are the little envelopes that I use to store my ephemera, die cuts, my foil pieces, anything that's kind of flat that'll fit in here. So we've got this all filled up. Okay, so you just close it. See that? Doesn't take up a whole lot. And I just put that in here. Then I take my borders. I put my borders in here. And I try to put my borders on one side, the side opposite of the envelopes that I put in here with embellishments. And I also have this size envelope. I'm not sure how big that is, maybe 6 by 9. This is good for a bigger pile like these. And you know, Anna's normally gives us very nice size embellishments. These embellishments especially are very nice. They're a large size. You get several different sizes really. Okay, so we have everything secured in this plastic envelope. And there we go. Then the next thing that I do, I always like to put this tag inside here so that if I want to reorder this, I have the information I need. So I put it down at the bottom. Excuse my reaching. Okay, now close her up. And I know everybody has their own way to do their collections. This way just works for me because I try not to have a lot of collections at one time because I like to do the actual project, the scrapbook or the project. Now this is also an envelope that you can use inside of the big envelope to store extra things that are bigger. Let's say that you decide, I know exactly what I'm going to use this kit for, and I have memorabilia from a trip, and you might want to include that in there. And then this is another envelope that I like to use, and this is a Velcro closure. I get all these on Amazon, and they're not really expensive. And I use these when I put page kits together. I also use these whenever I go through this entire collection and I have scraps left. I put my scraps in here so that while I'm using the kit, I have access to my scraps very easily. And let me show you something here. Hold on just a minute. Okay, I purged my craft room, moved into a smaller room. When I was purging and getting rid of scrapbook paper and just things, I decided to start storing my cardstock scraps in these envelopes. And you can store up to an 8.5 by 11, and as small as you want to go. I have several different sizes in here. These are smaller ones. And then I have some old 8 by 8 and 6 by 6 paper pads that I thought, well, it's good cardstock. And so I painstakingly took the time to cut paper, to store paper, because when I do die cuts, I like to have nice cardstock to work with. So that's my video today, and thank you for stopping by my studio, spending some time with me today, and I wish you a wonderful day, a blessed day, and God bless you. Bye for now.